College baseball season is just around the corner. It's long been one of the best and most underrated slices of baseball that produces many of Major League Baseball's top talents. But unlike with college football and the NFL or college basketball and the NBA, there is less of a direct correlation between the best college and pro players. There are too many reasons to list for this. But even so, now would be a great time to determine who the best player in major Division I college baseball history is. An apology to our favorite JUCO bandits Bryce Harper and Eric Sim in particular. In order to determine the best player, I put together a short list of some of the best in college baseball history as a means of building up to and contextualizing the top guy. This is going to be the best balance I can give of objective statistics and subjective ranking because college baseball's stat system is a lot less advanced than MLB's. Specifically, the lack of being able to calculate wins above replacement in college baseball can make things tricky. But even so, what we've got will do the trick. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Again, these players I'm going to tell you about first are listed in no particular order. I just want you to understand how good the best guy really is. Let's get into it. We'll start things off with a pitcher that we all know. TREVOR BAUER, UCLA, 2009 to 2011. BAUER's controversial major league career aside, he's one of the best pitchers college baseball has ever seen. He was an immediate powerhouse as a freshman, recording a 2.99 ERA while going 9-3. His sophomore season was even better. BAUER led the nation in strikeouts with 165. His 12-3 record helped the Bruins to their first ever College World Series win and finals appearance. BAUER got better with age. He won the Golden Spikes Award for his junior season. Pause. Knowing what the Golden Spikes Award is will be very important for this video. Every year since 1978, USA Baseball honors the top amateur baseball player in the nation with this trophy. It is awarded to a player who is exceptional on the field and shows exemplary sportsmanship. Winners have included Adley Rutschman, Mike Zunino, David Price, and many guys you'll hear about in this video. So, in that award-winning year, BAUER tossed 203 strikeouts. That is the 13th most ever in a single season. He allowed just 4.81 hits per 9 innings, which puts him at 12th all-time in that category. He walked just 36 batters in his 136 innings and recorded a 13-2 record. We know Garrett Cole also went to UCLA, as his teammate no less, but BAUER is the best pitcher in Bruins baseball history. Up next, another very, very well-known player, but still not the best. Barry Bonds, Arizona State, 1983 to 1985. Bonds is one of the greatest players of his generation of MLB. The same is true in college baseball. And at Stark Raving Sports, this is going to be far from the last time his career gets touched on. His career line with the Sun Devils is impressive. A .347 average, 45 home runs, 175 RBI. Bonds' 1985 season was his best statistically, hitting 23 home runs with an average of .368 and 66 RBI. He was an All-American that year. What is maybe a more impressive line for Bonds was in his sophomore season. In that 74-game college season, Bonds flirted with 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. That is a highly recognized feat in the big leagues, and Bonds nearly did it in less than half the games. The slugger led the Sun Devils to back-to-back College World Series appearances in '83 and '84, where he was a member of the All-Tournament team in each year. He even tied the College World Series record of 8 consecutive hits. Bonds eventually was named to the College World Series All-Time Team in 1996. I know. I'm sure many of you are going to come at me in the comments for this one. Hit me with it. Bonds is one of the best, but not the best. He only played one side of the ball. Moving on. Robin Ventura, Oklahoma State, 1986 to 1988. Ventura is an all-time Cowboy, but an all-time hitter in the college game too. He might just be the most consistent hitter in all the years of college baseball. Surely one of the best hitters of all time. He batted .469 with 21 home runs and 96 RBI as a freshman. His sophomore line read a .428 average, 21 home runs, and 110 RBI. As a junior, it was a .391 average, 26 homers, and 96 RBI. That junior season gave him the two biggest awards in college baseball, the Golden Spikes Award and the Dick Howser Trophy. Much like the Golden Spikes Award, this one is given to the best college baseball player of the year. It is presented by the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. Ventura's career .429 average, 329 hits, and 300 runs all remain records at Oklahoma State. What is the most impressive feat isn't shown in a normal stat line. Joe DiMaggio holds the major league record with his 56-game hitting streak. What if I told you Ventura beat that mark in college ball? He recorded a hit in 58 straight games as a sophomore at Oklahoma State. For Cowboy fans, that streak shouldn't have ended yet. An infield grounder was ruled an error in the 1987 College World Series by legendary scorekeeper Lou Spry. During Ventura's College Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony, he signed a photo of the play that ended his streak. To Lou, great call, best wishes, Robin Ventura. Spry presented Ventura with that photo, and he signed it with a smile. That story has nothing to do with the best college baseball player of all time, but I just love it. Up next is a guy from the same era. Ben McDonald, LSU, 1986 to 1988. LSU's baseball legacy in the late 80s is highlighted by so many future successful big league players, but McDonald's career on the mound stands out the most. In his career, he posted a record of 29-14 with 18 complete games. He holds the LSU career strikeout record with 373. His best season came in 1989, where he won that Golden Spikes Award. McDonald was a huge piece in the Tigers' 2 College World Series trips during his time there. Outside of just Baton Rouge, he is even a beloved player in Omaha, but the stats don't show it. The righty holds the record for most College World Series losses for a starting pitcher with 4. He is respected as one of the most down-to-earth and gracious players by his former teammates and coaches. The Omaha losses aside, the righty is one of the best arms college baseball has seen. He was inducted to the College Baseball Hall of Fame in 2008. We've got a lot of respect for pitchers, but how about the other member of a battery? Buster Posey, Florida State, 2006 to 2008. I'm going to start this one out by saying Posey wasn't even a catcher when he entered college.
What did he say?
Gerald Dempster Posey III, yes, that's his legal birth name, earned freshman All-American honors after batting .346. He played that year entirely at shortstop for the Seminoles. The next fall, he began his transition to a new position, the one we all recognize him in. In his first season behind the plate, he was a finalist for the Johnny Bench Catcher of the Year award. Posey was the youngest nominee ever. While he didn't win it in that sophomore season, his .362 average and 41% of runners caught stealing was extraordinary. In his last year with FSU, Posey nearly completed the college baseball Triple Crown. He slashed .463, .566, and .879 with 26 homers, 93 RBI, and 21 doubles. This is one of the greatest single seasons of all time. He ultimately won the Johnny Bench Award, as well as the Dick Howser Trophy and the Golden Spikes Award, the Player of the Year, almost unanimously. In a game that season on May 12, 2008, Posey even played all 9 positions. Want an even more obscure fact? Seminole fans wrote a song about Posey and would sing it every time he came up to bat. Now that's hard to beat. Oh yeah, he recorded a 1.17 ERA with 6 saves that year too. Really, really impressive for a guy to pitch and hit, if you see what I'm getting at. Here's a guy who only pitched but was impressive nonetheless. Greg Swindell, Texas, 1984 to 1986. Like LSU, the 1980s Texas Longhorns featured some of the best players of all time. Swindell was a powerhouse on the mound, completing his career with an overall record of 43-8 with a 1.92 ERA. He tossed an incredible 32 complete games of the 50 he started. I just want to know what his pitching regimen looked like back in the 80s for him to be able to do that. Swindell was Baseball America's Player of the Year in his junior season after posting a 1.67 ERA with 204 strikeouts and a 19-2 record. Texas head coach Cliff Gustafson recalls Swindell showed some of the best control he'd ever seen when the lefty was just a freshman. He holds a pair of Texas career records with 501 punchouts and 14 shutouts. Swindell also completed 2 no-hitters during his time in Austin. You'd likely think that Roger Clemens was the greater pitcher when looking at the Longhorns in the 80s. While Clemens went on to have a better major league career, Swindell took the cake in college. He was inducted to the College Baseball Hall of Fame in 2008. Another elite pitcher deserves some recognition. Stephen Strasburg, San Diego State, 2007 to 2009. Stephen Strasburg was the most hyped college player to enter the MLB draft, and it was for a reason. In his collegiate career, Strasburg dominated hitters like few others before him. He began his freshman year at the back end of the Aztecs bullpen, recording 7 saves with a 2.43 ERA in 25 appearances. He put his name on the map in his sophomore season, totaling 133 strikeouts with a 1.57 ERA and an 8-3 record. His 23 strikeout game against Utah helped too. Much like Bauer, Strasburg got better with age. His junior year was even more dominant. 195 strikeouts, a 13-1 record, and a 1.32 ERA. He averaged 16.1 Ks per 9 innings. He tossed a no-hitter with a casual 17 strikeouts that May against Air Force. His opponents looked a little like the Melonheads in the Bros vs. Pros game. That season earned him the 2009 Golden Spikes Award. Alright, we've established the pitching talent in the history of college baseball. I've got just one hitter left before we get to the good stuff. Pete Incaviglia, Oklahoma State, 1983 to 1985. I'll say it, Incaviglia is the best power hitter in college baseball history. He is certainly the most decorated. He holds the career home run record with 100 and remains the only player to ever hit triple digits. He averaged .47 home runs per game, which is also the NCAA record. His .915 career slugging percentage is another record. Wait, there's more. In Inky's final season at Oklahoma State, he mashed 48 home runs with a 1.140 slugging percentage and 143 RBI. All 3 remain NCAA records that may never be broken. Only 3 other players in history have eclipsed 40 home runs. Each of those seasons took place in 1997 or prior. Texas Longhorn Ivan Melendez came the closest in recent years by hitting 32 in 2022. His Oklahoma State team reached the College World Series in all 3 of his seasons as a Cowboy. Inky is of course a member of the College Baseball Hall of Fame. He was even named Baseball America's Collegiate Player of the Century. Of course, he needs to be recognized in this video, but there's a guy who did it all. He dominated at the plate, he dominated on the mound. The greatest college baseball player of all time is
Whopper, junior, double, triple, whopper.
Sorry about that. The greatest college baseball player of all time is John OLERUD, Washington State, 1987 to 1989.
Nah, you don't understand. John OLERUD, that's my guy right there. I don't know if this is gonna focus. He's amazing. I love this.
There are some great two-way players in college baseball history, but OLERUD's career stands above others. He is the only player to hit at least 20 home runs and record 15 wins in a single season. That's about all you need to know about his level of play. In his 3 seasons, he hit .434 with a pitching record of 26-4. Shohei Ohtani who? OLERUD's 1988 might just be the single best season of all time in college baseball.
Not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
He went 15-0 on the mound, hitting .464 with 23 homers. He had a cool 133 strikeouts and a 2.49 ERA. Just an unthinkable level of dominance. At just 19, OLERUD was named Baseball America's College Baseball Player of the Year. I promise Mike is not putting me up to this OLERUD praise. I picked it myself. If you thought OLERUD's story couldn't get any better, well, you'd be wrong. Following his historic year, OLERUD collapsed at an indoor team workout. It was eventually discovered to be a near-fatal brain aneurysm, and he underwent a 6-hour brain surgery in February, when he should have been taking the field for his junior season. But by mid-April, he was back on the diamond. He batted .359 in that season with a 3-2 pitching record. His incredible statistics don't show you how good OLERUD truly was. ESPN's Ryan McGee recently wrote a great piece on OLERUD's career. He outlines a drill the Cougars used to do at practice called OLE. OLERUD would step into the box while the rest of the team took the field. Head coach Bobo Brayton would call out where he wanted the ball to go and how it should get there. OLERUD delivered each and every time. His teammates recall there were times in practice and in games where they would just stop and watch him. Opposing teams say the same. That's how good OLERUD was. We can make an entire video of stories like this. His legend remains in college baseball. The OLERUD Award is presented every year to college baseball's best two-way player. He was inducted to the College Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007. OLERUD has the respect of everyone in Pullman for his time at Washington State University, but he deserves the recognition of baseball fans all around the country. His helmet on defense and all. The best college baseball player of all time. Man, this video has just got me hyped up for some college baseball this year. Maybe we'll see the next greatest. Some guys who can compete with the ones in this video. Dylan Cruz has been LSU's biggest name in recent years and has already been predicted the 2023 Player of the Year and MLB's #1 draft pick. Florida's Wyatt Langford might be college baseball's best 5-tool talent with plus arm strength and raw power at the plate. Home run hitting phenom Tommy White will be sure to grace us with more tanks in his new Tigers uniform. Tennessee's Chase Dollander has been compared to Jacob deGrom with his high 90s fastball and 70s curveball. Brett Lauder matches his glorious flow with just as nice a changeup and mid-90s fastball at Wake Forest. The talent in college baseball is as rich as it was when the players in this video were on campus. So, I hope if you got anything from this video, it's a desire to tune into some college baseball this year. You'll be watching the future of Major League Baseball. But I still don't think anyone is going to be topping John OLERUD anytime soon.